Hello and welcome to Magical Travel Adventure. I am Lauren, your host, and today we are going to talk about my top ride tips or top rides that I think toddlers should ride when they go to Animal Kingdom. Now, obviously, every toddler might be different, but these are my suggestions and what has worked the best when I have helped other people plan their vacations and when I have had my own toddler go multiple times. So, if you are new here, I am Lauren. I'm a travel advisor specializing in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, and Alaskan cruising. And I help you prioritize what you want to accomplish during your vacation, not what other people tell you you should do. So, in starting today's show, I'm going to be talking about Animal Kingdom and the rides. Now, Animal Kingdom is kind of different than all the other parks where there's a lot of things that are walkthrough adventures or just sort of things that appear in the park. So, everything I'm going to be talking about isn't going to be rides, but it is going to be maybe my top 5 suggestions for toddlers when you are going to Animal Kingdom. Now, you should check out the other videos that I have done about the other parks. So, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios, so that you can get a feel of some other rides that you might want to try. And I might refer back to them in this video. Also, you can look at my restaurants for toddlers that I also suggest because anything that you can do to make your life easier when you're bringing a toddler, you definitely should do. So, the first ride that I will say that I think are the best for toddlers is the safari ride. Now, this is a ride where you're going to be sitting in one of these cars, and please don't get excited that every time you go on this ride, a giraffe is going to come up to your car. It has happened to me twice, ironically, but it's not like a common practice every time everyone goes on this ride. I will say I have had the most luck with the most active animals as soon as the park opens if we can get onto the safari. They seem the most alert, they seem to be the most out, and they seem to be the most wanting to interact with the cars. Now, with that being said, the safari ride is going to be about a 15-minute ride. So make sure that your toddler has used the bathroom if they're toilet trained, or, if they need a diaper change before you get on the ride, make sure that happens. And just have your kid like ready that they wouldn't need to like necessarily get off the ride immediately. But this is normally the first ride that we do. Now, Triceratops Spin is my second ride, and it's nowhere near where the safari ride is. But this is very similar to the Dumbo ride. It has dinosaurs. I'm not sure why it's dinosaurs because they don't fly, but it's fun. And it's just one of the fun rides to do. Now, I've kind of moved on from rides now, and there are some amazing shows at Animal Kingdom. And Festival of the Lion King has returned. It was not there for a long time, and now it is fully back. And this is a show, again, it is about 15, 20 minutes long, and you're sitting in bleachers. So be aware of that. But you also have that height. So I had my toddler sitting on my lap for part of it because just so he could see a little better. But your kid can definitely just sit on the bleachers. This is a show that, again, I try and do earlier in the morning. And I do Genie Plus with this ride because I have seen people have to wait for they don't get into the first show that they're waiting for, so they have to wait for the second show. And that means you're waiting for about 45 minutes. So this is something you want to do earlier in the day. It might help you to get more rides accomplished, and it might help you to just get a better spot in when you're there at Animal Kingdom. The other ride that I will talk about, and it's not a ride, of course, it's Finding Nemo, the musical. And they redid this show. So if you've seen it before the pandemic, they kind of redid parts of it for now. And so you'll see it's people carrying around these puppets, and they kind of come, if you're in the first half of the audience, they kind of come into the audience a little bit there. And my son adored this show. I would like to say that I've talked about this before, that In Epcot, there's a ride, The Seas with Nemo, and my son loves that too. My son does not like the movie at all, but he loves this musical and he loves the ride at Epcot. So don't make it be like, oh, my child hasn't seen these, movies or shows, so they won't like it. My son is not very well entertained normally, and he is very entertained by these shows. So they're very well done. They're cool. They're in a nice location. This, I would say, as of right now, in the end of 2022, you really don't need to use Genie Plus for this. But this, you could just wait in line and you would be fine for this ride. But I really, really, really enjoy this ride. And my fifth one that I'm going to recommend is Rafiki's Planet Watch. What happens with this ride is it's kind of near where the safari is, and you take this train, and it's opened out, as you can see, like the seats are opened out, so you can kind of see what you're going to go by. And it's maybe like a 5 or 10 minute ride to get to another area. And you cannot bring your stroller. So your stroller has to stay here. And then there are free strollers available when you get up there, but it's based on if there's availability or not. Now, I've never seen them run out of strollers, but I mean, you never know. And when you get off the train, there is an inside area that you can kind of walk around. You can do an animation experience. You can see the hospital that is there where they take care of the animals. And then outside there is I don't want to say a petting zoo, but I guess that's the best way to describe it, with some small animals. And it's very common animals that you would see, like goats, things like that. So you can go into that area, and then you would need to take the train back to the regular, oh my gosh, get back on this train and take it back into Animal Kingdom. So it can be a long process. I mean, you should expect that taking the train up and back, and there's a little walkway that you have to do to get to the actual area where there's anything to do, that I would say you have to budget about an hour and a half to 2 hours minimum for this. So it's a great experience. I really liked it. My son really enjoys it. Clients really enjoy this also. Now, there are some other things that I will say about Animal Kingdom. It is a very large park, and there is a lot to see. They do have the Wilderness Club, which is right when you enter, and as soon as you can see the Tree of Life on the right-hand side, there's like a little booklet that you can get where your kid can walk around and learn different things about different animals and collect different stickers around. And it's just kind of like a fun experience for kids. They really like doing it. My son really liked it when he was between 2 and 3, and really liked it again when he was 3, and then when he was 4. So he really enjoys that wilderness experience. There is also, I did not put this right on here, but Navi River Journey is one of the other options. You can ride it. It is not my favorite ride. Now, you might be totally different and really want to ride it. To me, it's just a bunch of glowing things that you're going through. It's nothing special. My son didn't even like waiting for the ride. He didn't like being on the ride. And I have tried so many times to ride that ride. And every time I'm like, I don't like this ride. Why do I keep going on it? So it's very short. If you are a family that is more than 4, you're going to have to separate into 2 boats. So like a family of 5, if you're one parent is going to have to take 2 kids and the other one is going to have to take, one of the kids, and you're going to have to be in a separate boat. So the boats only seat 4. The wait time does not equal the experience in my eyes. So I would just find something else to do instead. There are a lot of meet and greets also at Animal Kingdom. So in Dino Land, there are some special meet and greets with like Donald and like friends like his. There is a Mickey and Minnie's meet and greet. And there are also these paths that you can kind of walk along. So the Gorilla Falls Trail, which is right outside the safari, and you can just kind of walk through it. And there's different animals that you're going to see, and you might be able to see the gorillas up close. There is another trail, and for some reason right now I can't think of the name of it, that is also something that you can walk around and see different animals. So those are all really great options. There is also this amazing place called the Boneyard. And it is basically a gigantic playground. And this can be good and bad. I have had a very tough time getting my son away from the boneyard and off of the boneyard in the past, but it is a great place for kids to just kind of run around. I will say that you, as a parent, you kind of have to be there with them in that area, but it's a lot of fun and um, it's just like a place where kids can kind of run around. So I always say that the boneyard is great if you have older kids and maybe they're going off to do something with one of the other parents or adults that's with you, and they're going to do flight of passage and they're going to go wait the 90 minutes. Then you can take the toddlers over, just the younger kids over into the boneyard and play kind of in the boneyard and get snacks and see the characters over in Dino Land, if you've already done like the safari and everything like that. And it's just kind of like an easy thing where there's no wait. You can just go there and kids can be kids and just run around, because it's really important for toddlers. They can't just wait in line all day long and just do ride, ride, ride. They really need that running around time and just play time and free time so that they can be the best toddler they can be for you on this vacation. So I hope that helps you when you're going to Animal Kingdom. Those are just some of my suggestions. Obviously, you know your child best, so you'll know what will work for them. But I hope this helps you when you're planning your next vacation. Please let me know if you have questions in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you can get more videos and know more information about Disney World for your next trip. Until next time, I will see you on Magical Travel Adventure. Bye!